and welcome to Fireline. I'm Bill Wadecat with Tampa Fire Rescue. Today we've taken a road trip to Ocala, to a place called the Florida Emergency Training Facility. What do firefighters learn here? Stay tuned and we'll show you. Tom Kennedy is the Assistant Administrator of the Florida Emergency Training Facility here in Ocala. And Tom, how long has this facility been here, and basically what's your job?
The facility has been in operation for about 2 years now. Our main goal is to better prepare the firemen for a natural disaster with airplane crashes and better serve the public and keep them safe. All our students come from mostly airports, mostly from the Southeast, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, South America, and we have students coming as far away as Canada and the Middle East.
Well, that's from all over. How many people will go through this facility, say, in a month or a year?
Currently, we're running close to 600 students a year.
Oh, that's pretty good. Where do your trainers come from? The instructors we've been watching today. We'll be watching today.
Our instructors are from airports around the United States. We have a couple instructors from the Northeast as well.
And what are you hoping that these firefighters take back with them to their duty stations?
We hope they take back the skills that they learn here from the experienced instructors, and if there is a crash, that they know what to do and help save some people.
Once this plane starts coming out, Team 2, who's not on air, I want you to start hitting that wing in real life. If this engine was on fire and you've got a crew in here working, that radiant heat, that's aluminum up there. What's going to happen? It's going to start sagging and coming down on you.
Mark, give us an idea. You've brought some people up here from Orlando Airport. What are you looking to teach these people here today?
Well, just what to expect on a aircraft emergency, basically. What to look for as far as safety around the scene, and also what to expect and how to react in certain situations. Because on a real aircraft incident, you're going to have many more hazardous factors like live fuel and just everything like hydraulic components that are pressurized to 3,000 pounds, and so you're going to have all kinds of different hazards to look out for. But bringing them here, we can at least give them a heads up and an idea of what to expect on a real aircraft emergency.
I understand most airports have just basically what's called a pit that burns. What's the advantage to having these actual simulators of models that look like aircraft?
Well, the advantage is that you can keep going in, and especially like these with propane, you can burn continuously. And like with other airports that have pits that burn hydrocarbon fuels, that's that's a big battle between the FAA and the EPA, and so it just, having the propane and the propane pit that we have here, I think it gives a greater advantage just because you can get more experience. But, there are drawbacks with propane, and it doesn't react like hydrocarbon fuels do whenever it burns. So, that is a major drawback. Whenever you fight a propane fire, like a pit fire, it's definitely not the same as if you were to fight a hydrocarbon fire, but it does give you like a basis on what you can expect whenever you confront a real aircraft emergency.
What's this training facility mean to the firefighters that work at your airport and the other airports throughout the state of Florida?
Well, it's a great benefit because we come up here every year, and we also have to at least have one live fire burn a year to keep our certification up, and it gives us some great training, and it's an invaluable resource we have here.
What type of fire could occur in the back part of the plane here?
Your commercial aircraft have what's called an APU. It's an auxiliary power unit. It's basically a mini jet engine that supports the systems of the aircraft, like when it's at the gate, to keep the air conditioning going, keep all the avionics, as far as all the electronic gear on board the aircraft. So it is a small jet engine, and it is fueled by the fuel from the wings of the aircraft. And they can catch on fire. They're deep-seated, they're hard to get to, and they get just darn right stubborn.
Is there any special way that these firefighters are being told to approach this dangerous fire?
Yes, there is. You need to open up a stream like into a 40-degree fog, and sometimes even to a straight stream, because it can be very deep-seated, and there are certain materials that APU is made out of that will support combustion, even the metals.
What type of metals would that be that they would actually burn?
They have some magnesium in there, and duraluminum, beryllium. So those are some of the metals that are in there that will burn and support it.
What are the type of dangers besides the fuel and the burning metals are these firefighters facing?
Well, along with the heat, as it radiates to the aircraft, depending on what part of the aircraft they're at, say like an engine fire out on the wing, with the radiant heat coming up underneath it, it can start causing that wing to sag and possibly the engine even drop down on the firefighters. That's why you have to concentrate another stream to keep that wing cool.
What are you trying to learn at this facility today, Chief Vigil?
This is basically it's almost like a structural firefighting class, but we're applying it towards fighting aircraft fires, because basically they're both the same once you get in the interior as far as what you need to do.
Are you learning any tactical differences in the way that you attack a fire in an aircraft?
Well, of course, we're having to deal with jet fuel, and we're having to deal with the toxic interiors of the aircraft, and it's a confined space, so we're having to deal with that too. I mean, it's very tight in a lot of the quarters, and of course, you're going to have a lot more people involved. I mean, all the passengers on the plane that we have to worry about. That's probably about the big difference that I can see.
Very good. When you go back, how is this facility making you a better officer able to work around the airport?
Well, it's going to give me a better perspective of what the firefighters on the off crew have to go through when they go into an airplane fire, and I think that's the main thing. Then that way, if I know what they're going through, then I can better direct what their actions will be. I think that's the key of any good incident commander, is to be able to direct his men the way they need to be done.
What does this type of facility, being so close to the Tampa Bay area, mean to the training of our firefighters?
Oh, this is great, because it's only it's only an hour and a half away from Tampa, so it's not a long drive for most of the guys to be able to come out here and get the training that they're going to need.
I'm going to check everybody out now, make sure you got enough air, hoods are on, gloves are on, and work as a team in there.
Now you fight this fire here until it's down, and then you move forward.
All right, get a better pattern on it. You got too much of a straight stream.
What were you looking for in there for these firefighters to do?
I wanted them to see just how difficult it is to work in the fuselage of an aircraft, even if it's considered a wide body. Your aisleways are only about 18, 19 inches tops, regardless of the size of the aircraft. And then having charged hose lines even makes it more difficult, plus your communications is difficult. On a crash, you would have overhead compartments, the plastic melting down, carry-on baggage, aerosol cans exploding, possibly people in the aisleway, all the debris, because the kinematics, when an aircraft comes in on a low-impact crash, it's still traveling 135 to 150 knots, which is 1.1 mile per knot. So you can imagine at that speed what's going on inside as far as the overhead compartments and people being jostled around, even though that they're strapped in. We did not have the opportunity, or the simulator can we do all of that, but they need to be aware of what a confined space it is that they're working and how critical communications are, and also when the fire is susceptible also to flash back over. So they have to keep a constant vigilance and work as a team and watch each other's back.
Chief Phillips, how important is it for firefighters to get hands-on training in a facility like this?
This is a great opportunity to be able to have training and simulate real-life conditions and get the experience, and without having to do real-life situations where it could be very, very stressful and, of course, extremely dangerous. So it gives us a chance to practice hands-on and be able to do what we'll do in a real-life situation and get the experience here in a safe, controlled environment.
What type of differences are you learning that there is between aircraft firefighting and the structural firefighting you've done for so many years?
Actually, the similarities are really there. There's you have to consider the fact that there would be a whole lot more chaos, and there would be probably a whole lot more civilians and also victims. But in all actuality, there are some similarities in the fact that there's it's basically a structure, and that you still have to ventilate it, you still have to extinguish the fire, you still have to try to rescue, still have to effect rescue, still have to search for victims. So it has a lot of similarities to it.
The Florida Emergency Training Facility here in Ocala will spend hundreds of hours this year training firefighters for an emergency they hope never occurs in their neighborhood. But those firefighters need to be ready and properly trained should the worst occur. For Fireline, I'm Captain Bill Wade.